Well, good evening, everybody, and happy almost Thanksgiving. I'm excited. I'm going to eat lots of food and be a fat, disgusting, fat, devouring piece of garbage. So, we're doing one of our normal grift live streams because that's all I have time for tonight. So, if you want a specific topic covered, a stock, a crypto, an ETF, anything you want, any question you want, unless it's not YouTube appropriate. It doesn't even have to be finance related. If you want a specific request from Long Dong Personal Truck Stop, either you super chat me $10 or you Venmo me $9. So the Venmo link is in the pinned comment. Also consider joining as a member of the channel. If you are a member of this channel, guess what? You get discounts on sponsored videos, and you get all of your comments read on every live stream. You may even get a member video at some point in the future that nobody else can watch. That is the perk of being a member. Don't you want $5 off a sponsored video? If you're a non-member, you got to pay $50 for a sponsored video. If you're a non-member, it's only $45, okay? So join the membership, and I'll pull up your comments on every live stream, even if they're annoying comments. Even if you hate my guts, you just want to roast me constantly. All it costs you is $4.99 a month, and you can say whatever insane things you want to say in my comment section, as long as they're not, like, super insane. And I'll pull them up, and I'll react to them, so you can torture me as much as you want. Also consider booking a free, and I mean free, 30-minute tax consultation with me. I am a certified public accountant and would gladly do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. You could talk to me for free. I give you upfront fixed quotes for tax preparation, and I'll do your taxes like a boss. Once again, $9 if you want me to cover a topic if you Venmo me, or a $10 super chat. That's it. All right, Alan, what do we have to say here? We'll hang out with the members while we're waiting for my money. I actually have one in the queue already that somebody sent me earlier. But we'll let the viewers build up a little bit, and then we'll start the grift stream. This Thanksgiving, I'm thankful I'm not brainwashed into liking VT. I know, VT's so bad, bro. Let's go look at VT. How well has VT done? How much is VT up today? It's up 0.82% today. Year to date, VT is up 19.6%. That's horrible returns, bro. And the total returns have to be 20-something%. What a horrible year for total world investors. Oh, God. I wish I was all in Tattooed Chef and Nvda, because nothing could possibly go wrong with those, bro. You know you love VT. Don't lie. Oh, we got Gil in the house, my favorite. What's up, dog? What's up, bro? Trump is going to appoint a pro-Bitcoin Fed chairman. I don't care. You think that makes Bitcoin valuable? It doesn't matter. Trump's not going to be in office forever. Bitcoin is fundamentally worthless. I don't care if every single person in the administration is pro-Bitcoin. That doesn't change the fact that it's fundamentally worthless. It is, and always will be fundamentally worthless. Now, if you want to gamble in it, go right ahead. But to think that it's like cheap or expensive, or you assign some kind of value to it, it's not. You're just using human psychology to try to out-trade other morons. That's all Bitcoin is. That's all it is. Nothing more. I warned you clowns to buy the bottom. Oh, a girl texts me. Oh, my God. A busy woman. I'm a man. I got man things to do. Men got to pay for everything. We got to make money. I warned you clowns to buy the bottom. Is it the bottom? How do you determine the Bitcoin bottom? I've never been able to figure that out. I just hear random numbers. Oh, bro, it's bottoming because I feel like it, bro. That doesn't apply anymore. What are you referring to? The 4-year cycle? The cycle, bro. I sold my leverage meta shares after 2 days for a 14% gain. Why pay you $10 to laugh at it? Happy Thanksgiving. You made all that money, bro. Come on, let me react to it. What are your Thanksgiving plans, Strongman? Well, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I'm doing absolutely nothing. See, my kids are with my queen the Thanksgiving day. And then Friday morning, I'm picking up my kids, going to my parents' house, and we're having Thanksgiving on Friday. And then we're staying up there. We got some things planned for the kids. So we're going to be hanging out at my parents' house this weekend. So you may not see a lot of videos or any videos at all this weekend. And a forewarning to all you people, if I'm not putting out a lot of videos and it happens to be a weekend, I probably have my kids, okay? I challenge you to make YouTube videos when you have two toddlers basically running around your freaking house. It's impossible. Even when they go to sleep, the second you start a video, they wake up and they show up in your room and they stare at you. You know how many times I've been doing a live stream? Like they pass out, right? It's like 8:45. I'm like, all right, they're asleep. And then I start my live stream. I start roasting some clowns. And then I hear a little pitter patter of feet. And then I hear the door open and I turn around. There's a child in a nighttime diaper staring at me. Then I have to close the live stream. But when they're older, it'll be easier. I'm like, all right, go to your room. Go play your little stupid video game. Go plug in your head chip. Go live in your virtual world. Just kidding. That's bad. Alan Carlson, do you like my accuracy? Gil, you should offer trade alerts, bro. You should offer trade alerts. I told you Bitcoin will bottom. Nostradamus, he never misses, bro. Gil, don't answer for strongman. Christopher, why not like gold like many people are touting? Well, gold is just a commodity. It doesn't produce cash. It doesn't produce anything. I mean, it's used, obviously, in, a lot of products, but so is wood, so is oil, so is silver, it's just a commodity. Okay? I mean, the whole thing about gold is that it's historically, over the long term, kind of kept up with inflation. Not in the short term, it can go anywhere. But historically, the argument is in the long run, it's a hedge against inflation. So that's why you should buy gold. Well, there's also companies that generate revenues and provide goods and services. And if there's inflation, a lot of them can raise revenues. So another good inflation hedge over the long run, in my humble opinion, is just buying stocks. Okay? Total market, total world diversification. Even if the dollar in the US goes to crap, that's going to juice international. Because if your investments are denominated in a foreign currency and that currency can buy more dollars, well, your profits in those foreign currencies are actually higher in dollar terms because of the exchange rate. So if you're globally diversified, like, why am I worried about inflation? I'm not at all. I think in the long run, stocks are a fantastic hedge against inflation. You predicted the bottom a couple days too early, but you were close. Alan, wrong. I told you it happened in a week. Oh, Gil predicted the exact bottom to the second. Duolingo. Duolingo was cooked. I don't know about Duolingo, man. I mean, like, the fundamentals look fantastic. I'm not going to say they don't. But that's past, number one. And number two, I think there are a lot of threats to their business model, which is mostly what? Learning another language. Why would anybody even waste their freaking time learning another language unless it was for fun? Okay? If it's just for fun. And if something's for fun, people eventually just stop doing it after a while when they get bored of it. It's useless to me because, like, if you have these little apps where you could just translate, like, I speak in Mandarin and then I hold it up to you and it translates into English. Why do I have to learn Mandarin? I don't have to learn I don't have to learn any language. I can speak my native tongue and not waste a lot of time learning another language. And that makes my life more efficient. Okay? So Duolingo is just like a gimmick. It's like, oh, I'm bored. Maybe I'll screw around and learn a little bit of Spanish. Oh my God. And then eventually you get bored and you stop doing it. That's kind of how that goes. I told you, clowns, 2 money-making opportunities and no one listened. I'm trying, Gil. I'm hard-headed. I'm really trying. Bitcoin is more undervalued than VT. We're about to finish the bear. We're in a bear cycle for VT. I didn't know, or for Bitcoin. I didn't know that. I don't think you realize what the new Fed chairman Trump wants means for Bitcoin. You know, they're not like the all-controlling masters of the world. Okay, you know, Trump is pro-Bitcoin, and it sold off like 30% in a couple of weeks. MicroStrategy has been imploding. It doesn't matter if Trump's pro-Bitcoin, bro. And they're not really pro-Bitcoin. They LARP as being pro-Bitcoin. You want to know why? So they could get the Bitcoin vote. Basically, they took money from crypto clowns who donated to their campaign, and so they have to pretend like they're trying to help crypto to make their donors happy. That's all it is. And personally, I don't like crypto money buying off politicians. That's the dirtiest money there is. Crypto money? Seriously? That's like peak grift. Alan Carlson, sad to see you become a clown. I had to cancel Meat Tits Kevin from my sub list. Sometimes I like listening to him to laugh at him, but the constant market drama reminds me too much of it. He is very feminine. Look, I don't know why this is so hard for people. Just buy and hold. This is not hard. You literally just lock it away. Like, don't even look at the account. Pick VT or Target Retirement Fund or whatever. Set up an automatic contribution. Don't even look at it. Bull market, bear market, just dollar cost average. Never stop buying. Don't trade. You'll be fine. I promise. Well, nothing's guaranteed, but you'll probably be better off than most people. I'm pretty confident of that. But watching the news every day, wow. I mean, unless it's for like entertainment, like, oh, what's going on? Why did the stock collapse 40%? I mean, if you want to read about it, that's fine, but I wouldn't radically change your portfolio because of some clown on YouTube's going, wow. Oh my God. I said it will happen anytime within a week. You're right, Gil. You called it exactly, bro. I'm nearly all in on AS. You're all in on ASST. Gil. That is not the kind of stock to be all in on, okay? We don't go all in on Bitcoin treasuries companies. That's peak degeneracy. Someone says, why am I not making videos like Graham Stephan? Oh, those boring freaking videos. You know, if you pay off your mortgage with bi-weekly payments, you know it pays off faster? Yeah. Oh, wow. Here's a puppy. Like and subscribe. Boring. I'll have a lot of time next year, though. I'll figure it out. I can be very creative when I have time, when I can let my brain just sit here and come up with ideas. And I got Duolingo that I will sell. Yeah, you should sell it. I mean, of all companies, you know, if you're buying individual stocks, you got to think, in my mind, you sit there and you think, is this company going to be around in 10 years? Is it going to continue to be relevant? Is it going to continue to increase earnings and profits and revenue? Is this company viable for the long run? If you're just trading, that doesn't apply. But I'm more of a long-term investor. I'm more of like a buy and hold. You find something, you think it's good, buy it, lock it away, and let it go. That's basically how I think of it. Maybe buying VT has just trained me to be like that, but that's how I operate. Duolingo is just an app. Yep. Why is it worth anything at all? That beats me. I mean, they make money, but they have a lot of threats, I think. I wouldn't be going all in on Duolingo. I didn't see you say that on last Wednesday's live stream. You said it was a bottom for Bitcoin. Not that would happen in a week. We got to have a guild tracker. I still need Trump to reschedule the Jack Jackson. That SOB still has a ton of shares, even after tax loss harvesting my worst lots. That's just a horrible industry. I mean, Jack Jackson's always going to suck because the tax burden it's basically a cash cow for governments. Why would governments ever get rid of that? Because they can just make a fortune off of taxes because they can only deduct costs of goods sold on their tax returns. It's a cash cow for governments. They're not going to get rid. They're not going to reschedule it. Man, if I was a government, I would love those taxes. Oh, now my parents are calling. All right. You started drama anyways, Gil. All I asked was why you refer ASST over Bitcoin, just out of curiosity, and you called me a clown. I don't get the Bitcoin treasury thing in either. If you like crypto, just buy the crypto, okay? You can buy an ETF. You can buy it on Robin Stock, Coinbase, whatever freaking stupid platform you want to buy it on. But then again, you might also lose it there too. Think about FTX. But, I mean, to buy a Bitcoin treasury company, that's just odd. Me, Kevin, that clown made a video saying Bitcoin was going to crash more at 80K, and now Bitcoin pumped to 90K. Meet Kevin is a clown. He just pulls stuff out of his butt. Somebody says, why can't I get a membership? I think you have to sign up for it on a desktop. I don't know if you can do it on a phone. Let me see. Let me pull up this live stream on my phone. Oh my God, Strongman's live. I'm going to go watch the video, bro. Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, you have to do it on a desktop. I don't see a join fee. That is kind of weird. Like, they should have that. Oh no, you can. So you got to click on the look here. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. Actually, I don't think you can. It doesn't work. You can do it via phone, but I think it's easier if you do it with a desktop, personally. That's just my advice to you. Okay. All right, let me do a couple more comments, then I'm going to get to this guy's sponsored video. He sent me some dinero a couple days ago, but I hadn't done one of these in a while. I knew Meet Kevin was the bottom indicator of Bitcoin. Can't believe people listen to him. I can. He says it with confidence, bro. Yeah, hello. Strongman, why do you keep recycling video thumbnails? Just make a grift thumbnail and reuse it. Well, you know, it's just easy. Like, I'm sitting on my phone. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll do a live stream tonight. So I'll make the stream. And if it's a video like this that doesn't cover a specific topic, you might as well reuse thumbnails. I mean, if it's a new topic, okay, I can see making a thumbnail for a specific video. But when it comes to stuff like this, I don't see the point in making a new thumbnail. It takes time. I mean, even if it's a couple minutes, it takes time. Strongman, as long as Bitcoin doesn't crash, my ASST will be safe, and I will sell if it hits 90 cents. It's volatile, bro. Oh, what is this? Let's see. Oh, I got a super chat. Here we go. Are you currently dating somebody seriously? Seriously? No. I'm not in a relationship, okay? That doesn't mean I'm not dating people. But no, I do not have a girlfriend. I am turbo inkwell at this. Well, I'm not technically, but I don't have a girlfriend, if that's what you're asking. Because once you have kids, it's like, what's the rush? There's no pressure. You know, unless you find an absolute goddess. Then maybe. Oh, yeah, let's move in together, baby. But if you have kids, I don't feel any pressure. Like, oh, I gotta be the girl. I gotta be the girl. I just don't feel that anymore. So I am currently not dating anybody seriously, to answer your question, good sir. And that is a $2 answer for you. If you want more dating details, yeah, you got to pay me $10, losers. Dating stories. Actually, because basically I can just go through my phone. And I'll see people's texts that I was texting a while ago. And I can remember dating stories based on that. But I forget, because I've been on so many dates. I just forget women. I've had crazy stories, and I've just completely freaking forgot. All right, let me do this one sponsored video. Or it's not even a sponsored video. So this guy sent me $10. Hold on a second. Where is it at? Venmo. All right. His name begins with a G. He has been doxxed, and now everybody will hate him because He watches Evil Strongman, who's a nasty bigot and a meanie butt. All right, let me put this down. All right. Google McDougal. All right, here's the stock. Xiaomi, unsponsored ADR representing 5 ordinary shares. What in oblivion is this? Xiaomi, I'm probably not saying that right. Xiaomi is a Chinese multinational corporation and technology company headquartered in Beijing. It's best known for its consumer electronics, software, and EVs. They're in. How much are they in? All right, let's go look at stunk analysis. Hopefully this pops up here. Xiaomi. All right. So number one, of course, there's a fanatical fear of China. Okay, so you have to factor that in. Trump could start another trade war, and this stock can massively sell off because, oh my God. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. There's a big irrational fear of China because a lot of people, in America, they got to have an enemy. We got to have an enemy to fight. Doesn't matter if they're not, if they have no way of defeating our military or invading us. Doesn't matter. We got to have an enemy. That's just the way we do it in America. And China is one of those enemies because they had the audacity to grow their economy massively and become a geopolitical rival. How dare they? Only America is allowed to be powerful and dominant. If anybody but America is powerful and dominant, they're evil. They're communist, bro, even though they're actually fascistic. They're communist, bro. No, they're not. All right. Study ideologies. They're not communist. Okay, anyway, so the stock's been on an absolute rip. Look at that. 41% in the past year. Oh my God, it bottomed at like 544. Now it's trading at 25.75. It's got a market cap of 134. Is this in Chinese currency? Okay, that's in Chinese currency. So keep that in mind as we're looking. I'm like, that's a big market cap. 134 billion Chinese currencies. What's the exchange rate? All right, so basically roughly 15%. So multiply that by 15%. So it's like, what, a $20 billion market cap? Something like that. I'm guessing. 63 billion of trailing revenue, trailing net income of 6.2 billion. They have a forward PE. Wow. And they have a trailing PE, so they actually make money. Let's check it out a little bit more. Woo! Look at that revenue growth. So they definitely so their revenue was declining, once the clown bubble popped, and they've definitely been able to reignite revenue. I mean, it's kind of dipped quarter over quarter, but still growing revenue pretty impressively. All right, let's look at margins. Been able to increase their gross margin. That's good. That's your profit before selling, general administrative expenses, interest, and taxes. Really improving their operating margin. They were sucking back in 2021, but they've definitely improved profits and profit margin. Let's look at how much interest are they paying? So they got some interest expense. Maybe it looks like they might have packed on some debt, maybe. But their operating income easily covers their interest expense. So the vast majority of the profits will flow through to the shareholders. And even though they have interest expense, they also have interest and investment income that basically wipes it out. Let's see. Gain and loss on sale of investments. The numbers are just so big, but you got to remember they're in Chinese currency units. So what are they doing with stock? Okay, they're issuing a little bit of stock. All right, so revenue's growing pretty decently. Margins are pretty good. They're improving at least. Let's look at cash. So they got 110 of cash and short-term investments. 194 of current debts, of which, wow. Yeah. Actually, I mean, if you compare their current assets, 255 to 194, it's not the worst. Okay, long-term assets. They have a lot of long-term investments. Not exactly sure what they're buying here. Could just be other companies or partial ownership of other companies. But they've definitely been expanding their investments in other companies. And they've been expanding their property, plant, equipment. So a big chunk of their long-term assets are just investments in other companies. Long-term debt, they really don't have a lot of debt. Yeah, their debt's really not that bad. So they got pretty decent liquidity. I mean, they have a pretty decent balance sheet. Let's see. Yeah. Pretty decent balance sheet. Cash flow. Cash from operations all over the place, but I guess trending up. Capital expenditures are definitely expanding that a little bit. Small sales of property and plant equipment. Okay. Yeah, they're paying off debt. We saw that. Buying back. Man, look at that. Huge buyback. 39 billion Chinese currency units buying back stock. They're definitely accelerating buybacks. Are they paying a dividend? I don't see a dividend. So overall, I mean, the fundamentals, just looking at the numbers, seem good. Overall, I mean, doesn't mean it's going to go to the moon, bro. I mean, you look at a rally like this, that kind of chart concerns me. Okay, you see this huge. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't go up more, but like when you see this like massive increase, almost like a U, it's like, is it too late? Maybe, I don't know. All right, let's look at the company a little bit more. Let's go to their website. Why is my screen freezing? Oops. Hold on. Overview. They have a website. Where's their website? Me.com. Me and you. You and me. Okay, they sell game monitors. Okay, I get a monitor, bro. Wearables. I can be an androgynous man and wear some knockoff earbuds. Home appliances. A vacuum cleaner, fans, and screwdrivers. They're all over the place. Okay. So I mean, it's mostly, I mean, you could tell by the margins, it's mostly like fixed products, basically. I mean, does this company even have like, what moat does this company have? I mean, monitors, vacuums, fans. Like, what's the moat? Earbuds? What's the moat? I'm pretty sure, like the Chinese market's super competitive. There's a lot of competition in that market. And I don't even see, like, how do they distinguish themselves? I don't know. I mean, they've definitely improved their revenue. They've improved their profits. Everything looks decent. But I don't know. Would not say I'm a huge fan of this one. I think you missed the boat on this one personally. Okay. I think you kind of missed the boat, but you do whatever you want. All right. That was that. All right. Let's do some more member-only comments while we hang out here. And I'm going to go get some drinkies in a little bit. So you want me to cover anything? You want me to talk about anything? $10 super chat, $9 Venmo. Let's see. Where did I leave off? You can look up the CEO and hear his plans. Oh, what for ASST? What's his plan? Oh, we're going to buy Bitcoin. We're geniuses. I could probably train my 3-year-old to buy Bitcoin. Wow. Yeah, you're a great CEO, bro. Knuckles, what's up? Happy Dongsgiving. That's right. I'm going to be all by myself and lonely on Thanksgiving. Maybe if I'm not lazy, I'll do some videos. And then I got my kids the rest of the weekend. The CEO is a great guy. He's the type of guy that will try to pump your stock. All CEOs want to pump their stock. Every CEO wants to do that. That's not unique. Strongman, I sent you an email proving you can become a member on your phone. It costs $7 Oh, I didn't realize that was through the phone. Yeah, I think with this, the reason it was $7 was because if you were on an Apple device, they have an additional charge. So if you go on the YouTube channel, it should be $4.99. I've not raised my prices. My insanely high fee of $4.99 a month. I know. So such a ripoff, bro. Go buy your next $10,000 or $50,000 car. Oh, this is fine, bro. Strongman gives you hours of entertainment for $4.99. Boring. That's a ripoff. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just like Alex Carpin, Jensen Longwang. What do you think, Symbolic? All right, somebody says, how long should you have rapport with somebody before asking her out? I met her in the gym. Oh, you know what? Maybe if I got a $9 Venmo, I could give you some tips. I'm not a dating coach. I'm not. I don't sell myself as a dating coach. But I have dated a lot of women. And I have convinced a woman to have kids with me. So I think I'm moderately successful, okay? I'm not Giga Chad. What happened to your Clown Pill channel? Do you still post? I still post occasionally, but I just don't. I don't have time. But next year I will, because that channel does have some potential. I think it has more potential than this one. What are you talking about, Martin? Kevin said it was going to crash more after it hit 80K. Well, I mean, Kevin just spouts off random stuff, and he says it with confidence, so people believe him. He said Bitcoin was going to go lower. I mean, me personally, I don't think of Bitcoin in like next year price targets. I think of it as, what is it actually worth? Nothing? Okay, I'm never buying it. Simple as that. But it went up, bro. I don't care. He didn't say Bitcoin will hit 80K. He's a clown. Let's see. Farted. Oh, you farted. I don't know why I pulled up that comment. You're not a member. I thought you were a member for a second. Trump still needs his crypto supporters for midterms, by the way. I don't think the Republicans are going to win the midterms, man. That's usually not how it goes. Usually, like, if there's a sweep of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, usually, like, one or both, the House or the Senate, goes to the other party. So I'm not that concerned about it. Oh, my God, it's the end of the world. It's America. They always say it's the end of the world, and then it's not. I'm sure if the Democrats take power again, borders will be open again. Then there will be another backlash, and then we'll close the borders again. And then the Democrats will take power, and we'll open the borders again, and blah, back and forth, back and forth. This is why we are about to see the biggest Bitcoin pump ever. You know, I've heard that. Every Bitcoin dude always says that. It's about to be the biggest pump ever, bro. They're just constantly saying that. And eventually they're proven right. Oh, it pumped. I'm a genius. But they just repeat it ad nauseum over and over and over again. It gets tiring, okay? I'm not buying Bitcoin. Where's VT trading at? Where's VT? Where's VT at? VT, my pee-pee. VT. Hello? $140.58. Total returns in excess of 20% year to date. Wow. Man, I'm missing out, bro. I should buy Bitcoin instead, bro. No, thank you. I play it as it goes. Somebody says, what's up, YouTube? What's up? 5 stocks to buy now, yo. All I know is Bitcoin is massively under. What makes you say that, Gil? How is it massively undervalued? How did you determine that? Be honest. And we're all about to see a pro-Bitcoin movement. As I said, Trump needs his crypto supporters again. Somebody says, do I have a membership now? I don't see it. I don't see it. Don't try to grift me, people. Somebody tried to send me non-US dollars one time, little grifter. He's like, bro, here's $10. I look at it, it's Canadian dollars. It's USD. United States dollars. Do I look like I live anywhere else but America? Could any other country but America produce a man like me? No. I am quintessentially American. I accept payment in USD. Now look up the year-to-date of Bitcoin. That should show you how looking at a year-to-date chart does not mean it's undervalued. Yes, it's underperformed VT. That doesn't mean it's undervalued. How does that mean it's undervalued? You can tell it's undervalued by comparing it to every other asset that has ran this year and is up this year, but Bitcoin is down. Maybe it's down for a good, some things keep going down, right? You could have said the same thing about Tattooed Chef, and it just keeps going down and down and down and down and down. Just because something's down, it doesn't mean it's cheap, bro. Or it's undervalued, bro. Do you guys lack common sense? Gil, I don't think that's common sense. I think that's like retail brain. It's like, oh, well, it went down more. It went down a lot. So that means it's cheap and it'll come back a lot. Like you have the vertical line brain. It's like something dips, therefore it's cheap and it must vertical line afterwards. That's not how stuff works. That works for some things. That doesn't work for everything. Yes, that shows that rotation will happen to Bitcoin. I don't, there's a lot of things you can rotate to besides freaking Bitcoin. You're late to the Bitcoin get-rich scheme by at least 4 years. It's amazing to me we're still talking about Bitcoin. It's almost 2026. It's almost 2026, and we're still talking about Bitcoin. It's like 59% of the coin market cap. Like, holy crap, dude. You got all these fanatics just constantly pumping it. Buy. The amount of grift is just insane. That's all it is. It's like if I could move VT. Like, imagine if I could move VT. And I was just pumping it constantly. It's the same thing. Except VT actually has value, and I can't pump VT. There's a lot of things you can rotate to, but as I mentioned, everything has gone up besides Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay, we'll explain Tattooed Chef then. If Tattooed Chef went down, by your logic, you would have bought it. And the vast majority of cryptos go to zero. So by your logic, you'd just be buying all these cryptos that didn't go up as much, and you would literally zero yourself out. So where do you think most people will rotate to on top of that? Well, you know where most people will probably rotate to, Gil? If let's say the AI bubble pops, right? You know where they're going to rotate to? Probably cash. Probably bonds. Or probably value stocks, dividend stocks. I don't think if there's a collapse, people are going to rotate to Bitcoin. I don't see that. If there's a collapse, Bitcoin goes down just as much, or if not more. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't hedge anything. It's not an inflation hedge. The last time we had inflation, the Federal Reserve jacked up interest rates and Bitcoin collapsed like 70, 80%. And that's when we had huge inflation. And now that inflation's coming down, Bitcoin's going up. How is it a hedge against inflation? It's not. If you think crypto has any value, you clearly don't understand asset value. It's just a speculative tool. Just admit you're speculating. Okay, I can respect that. You could say, oh, it's sold off and people are morons, and because they see it's sold off, that I think they're going to buy it. Okay, maybe that's like, I can at least see the logic. But the fact that you're saying it's undervalued, there's no value to it. Zero. There never was any value. There never will be any value. Ever. It's a gambling tool. That's it. It's not hard to understand. DH1993, you've been massively wrong since I went bullish on Bitcoin, brother. Still love you, brother. Oh, that's adorable. I've been saying it since 2018, and I still think the same. I've been saying the same thing. And I always will. It's so common sense to me. It's worth nothing. It is worthless garbage. But it went up and Michael Saylor's rich and it's got a fixed supply. So it's worth infinite amount of money. Okay, yeah. I'll create my own crypto with fixed supply, and that crypto will be worth infinity money too. Oh, it's so hard, bro. No FOMO. That's exactly what I'm doing. And yeah, that does not make it undervalued. It has no value. The value is zero. What you should say is, I think other morons are going to buy it from me if I buy it right now. If you said that, that would be a reasonable thing to say. But if you're like, it's undervalued against what? Against nothing. All right, guys, come on, let's go. Anybody want any special topics? Like I said, it's a $10 super chat. I'll talk about anything. It doesn't matter. Because I'm going to get a cigar and some booze, and I'm cutting this off at my latest $6.50. And it's currently $5.56. So it's a $9 Venmo or a $10 super duper pooper. And I will cover whatever topic you want. And I'm desperate for money because I don't want to buy my own cigar. I want somebody to buy it for me. I could care less where it goes. It could go to zero tomorrow and it wouldn't change anything in my life. Pee pee poo poo. Thank you for your comment, Alan. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's pretty sad. I heard about that. I mean, I don't know why what are you going to do attacking the military? Okay, they're just a bunch of random kids that got called up and they just are standing around and they're bored. They're not hurting anybody. They're just hanging out in D.C., okay? You don't need to go randomly attacking people in downtown D.C. because they have a uniform on. Like, oh, yeah, you changed the world, bro. Yeah. You made a difference, bro. Yeah, you're going to go to jail or you're going to get boomed away. But no, that's very sad. And, by doing this, you're just going to justify more crackdowns by Trump. Like, if you're against Trump putting troops in cities and then you go and you do that, he's just going to crack down harder. It's almost like he wants that. He wants people to do this so he can crack down harder. That's the play. You're giving him what he wants. That's pretty sad, though. You're not even overseas. You're in America. Then you get shellacked by some radical communist freak or whatever. Talk about your video game taste. Fake alias. Somebody's got to pay, okay? Somebody's got to pay. I am playing a game. If somebody gives me money, I will talk a little bit about the game. Because I am playing a game right now. I got one pouch left. Look at this. One pouch left. I'm getting very stressed right now. I feel like I'm about to lose. It's not Skyrim. It's not Skyrim. That was a matter of time bringing these guys on the street. Well, I mean, they are trained. It's just, I'm not saying the Guard or reserves are the best trained. Okay, I was in the reserves. Half of the people in the unit couldn't even pass the PT test. But they have like a basic level of training. A basic level of training. Oh, we got another one. Analyze the stock sub CY sub C7 SA. What in oblivion is that? Well, first of all, let's see if you can try to grift me here. SEC 100 to USD. Okay, that's Swedish krona, and I actually grifted him. He paid me 10.53. Gotcha. I gotcha, boy. Yeah. All right. Sub C. Let me find it first. Sub C, my pee-pee. What in oblivion is this? All right, let's go check this out. Let me close these. Let me close this. That. All right, let me close this and let me share my screen and we'll go check out Sub C 7SA, ticker symbol Sub C. What's the currency, number one? Okay, it's in USD. Be careful with that. Always check the currency on this website. Market cap, 5.68 billion, trailing revenue of 7 billion. So it's trading below a price to sales of 1. It's cheap, bro. Trailing PE of 19 and forward PE of 10. So when you see a forward PE of 10, that's either like max pessimism or there's just not a lot of growth. Very high dividend, which is 100% irrelevant. Okay. Yes, it's part of total return. Yes. Okay. But you shouldn't be attracted by a higher dividend yield. That means absolutely nothing. All right. Wow. If they've been paying a dividend all this time, then this thing is beating the market because the chart doesn't show the dividend. So if the dividends hadn't been paid, you would have seen this chart be much higher. So this may have beaten the market. It's doing pretty good. Wow. Subsea 7 delivers offshore projects and services for the energy industry worldwide. They offer subsea field development products, including project management, survey, installation, and commission of production facilities on the seabed and the tieback of its facilities to fixed or floating Oh, they're involved in like platforms and stuff. That's interesting. Where's the website? I want to see the website. Subsea 7. All right, let's see. Let's see what they do. What we do makes offshore energy transition possible through the continuous evolution of low carbon oil and gas by enabling the growth. The company employs 15,000 people. Infrastructure of strategically positioned pipelines, spool bases, fabrication, operational support yards, a market-leading portfolio. Can you show me what you do? I want to see pictures. Okay. Okay, I see a smiling man. Installation. Wow. Do they come in and actually install these? Like they basically just help the company set this up? That's pretty interesting. I mean, I could see this company doing well. I don't know how much competition they have. Let's see. Let's go look at the most recent earnings. Actually, let's go look at the overview first. Okay. Financials. They've been growing revenue pretty precipitous. I mean, they're doing pretty good. They're definitely expanding their revenue faster than inflation. That's wonderful. Margins, improving margins. Margins are improving. Free cash flow margins improving. They're buying back shares. That's pretty impressive. They got a nice little dividend. Let's look at their balance sheet. Okay, they got current assets of $3.2 billion, of which $545 million is cash. $3.2 billion of short-term debts, of which $632 million is unearned revenue. Wow, look at this. Unearned revenue is going crazy. So what that means is they're getting a lot of cash up front. So when you see unearned revenue spike, they basically they're able to generate future revenue. Unearned revenue becomes revenue once it's earned. So if you see unearned revenue trending up or you see a huge spike, that means they've been able to sustainably acquire new contracts. Basically, they've been paid up front for services they're going to render. All right, debt's really not that bad. Let's look at their interest as a percentage of their operating income. Yeah, their debt's pretty manageable. So the most recent quarter, they had $217 million of operating income and $17 million of interest expense. So interest is really not a problem. Their debt's really not that bad. At least their long-term debt. Let's see. Yeah. So the balance sheet's okay. I mean, not a horrible balance sheet. Cash flow. Okay. They've been doing pretty decent. Do they have any competitors? Who does Subsea 7 compete with? They compete with major global companies in the subsea and offshore energy sectors, such as Technic, FMC, Baker Hughes, Aker Solutions, and Samepin. It is important to note that Subsea 7 and Samepin have announced a merger that is expected to be completed in the second half of 2026. That's pretty relevant information. Creating a larger combined entity called Samepin 7. Is Samepin on stock analysis? Samepin? Is that correct? Saipin. Saipin. Is that it? Saipim. I wonder if it's this. Yeah, it sounds like it. All right, so they're merging with this little... What the hell is this? I don't even understand what I'm looking at here. Okay, so they're merging with this company. Let's look at this company's debt. What the hell is that? I don't even know if this is accurate, dude. Yeah, I don't even trust stock analysis with this. There's a lot of information I think that's missing here. Okay, so they're doing this merger, but I can't really tell you anything about it because I don't trust stock analysis. All right. Emerging competitors. Oh, their competitor is the company they're merging with, bro. It's under review by regulators. Okay, that's a risk there. Oh, you can't merge. It's a monopoly, bro. But large tech can do whatever it wants. What percentage market share does Subsea 7 have? Is their market share increasing or decreasing? It's difficult to tell us. How are their market shares increasing? We don't know what it is, but it's increasing. The company achieved a record high backlog of nearly $14 billion in Q3 of 2025, which ensures high revenue visibility. They're merging. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, it seems like they're doing... I mean, the company itself, like, obviously, I don't think there's a lot of competitors in this industry. And their balance sheet's really not that bad. I mean, it could do well. I don't know what's going to happen with the merger, but that's not the worst company I've seen in the world. But you really have to understand the competitive landscape to really understand if that company's a buy, personally. I really couldn't find the information I needed, but I mean, it doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem that bad. All right. Let's see. Military trained, but not law enforcement trained. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're going to get shellacked. Okay. I mean, you're trained pretty well to return fire, but I'm not even sure if they're armed. I don't know. And if they got surprised, I mean, if you get surprised, you're not expecting it to happen. You're gonna get shellacked. You know, when you're overseas, you're kind of like queued up, right? You're on alert because you're overseas. You're in a hostile country. In America, it's like, oh, I'm bored. I'm here in DC. This is boring. Oh, when's my food coming? And then some dude comes up and does that to you. Like, they probably didn't stand a chance, which is sad. Who buys this stuff? I don't know. I mean, might work out for some people. BE, potential long-term play, assuming data center demand increases over time. Let's go check out BE. BE, my PP. B. Bloom Energy Corporation. Designs, manufactures, and installs solid oxide fuel systems for on-site power generation. It offers Bloom Energy Server, a power generation platform to convert fuel such as gas into electricity. I will say, like, if they keep investing in data centers, these things consume an ungodly amount of energy. Like, I was actually in the gym, right? I was doing the Stairmaster, and I look up, and I see on the news that Dominion Energy is increasing their rates, their fees for electricity, probably because of the freaking demand from data centers. So if they keep massively investing into data centers, yeah, there's going to be energy that is going to be needed to be produced. Okay, so I'm not saying that's not a bad thesis to have, but you could also, if you wanted to just diversify, you could just check out a utilities ETF. I mean, I'm not saying to buy this, but Vanguard Utilities ETF, I mean, it's up 19%. It's beating the market. It's got a nice little dividend. Okay. I mean, like, why buy an individual stock when there's a whole sector that you can invest in? Just a possibility. Okay. I mean, you can see, look, let's go freaking ballistic. It's priced in. Look at this. Why do you think this is going ballistic? It's because of data centers. Wow, look at this. That's a beautiful chart. That is a nice chart. Okay. It just goes up. It just goes up at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with utilities, but if I was to make a utilities play, I would just go with an ETF personally. Anyway, all right. That's my personal opinion. Forward PE of 117. Of trailing PE of 1,534. Forward PE of 117. Wow. That's pricing in a lot of growth there. Woo! Look at this. Mamma mia. It's going ballistic. Okay, look at this chart. Does that chart not scare you? That's a scary chart. I'm not saying it's going to go down massively, but when you see a company rocket up like that, and then you see these like super high PE ratios, I think it becomes more risky. There's a little bit more risk. It's almost like you missed most of the gains. Something like this, it looks like they pulled forward a lot of the gains. So just looking at the chart, I'd be concerned because it seems like a lot of it's been already priced in. I mean, look at the valuation. Look at this. Price to sales of 12. Like, price to operating cash flow of 128. It's pricing in a lot of growth. I mean, obviously, you can see revenue starting to freaking explode. That's not surprising. I think this is too high risk, man. Personally, I would look at ETFs personally if you wanted to invest in utilities. That's what I would do personally. And I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I can see electricity, data centers. America's needs a lot more electricity. That's going to be bullish for electricity. I'm like, maybe I should buy a utilities ETF. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just going to buy VT. That's how that happened. Okay, so a lot of the trailing measures are almost irrelevant. I mean, because, obviously it's pricing in future growth from all the demand from data centers. This company could do well. I'm not saying it can't. I mean, historically, it's had terrible operating cash flow. It was basically a clown stock until data centers happened. They issued some shares recently, $42 million worth of shares. What else did they do? They're not really ramping up capital expenditures. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not saying it could do bad, but I just think there's a lot of risk in something like this. When a utilities ETF would be on the same vein. Power you can count on at any time, any scale. Discover how to get reliable, cost-effective power today. Speak with an energy consultant. 1,200 installations globally. The powering CoreWeave. Power is becoming harder to get and more expensive. Our on-site power generation solutions can keep your enterprise running. They offer primary power, microgrid, off the grid. Decarbonization add-ons. Wow, you can save the world with them too. Available in as little as 90 days. Can be deployed quickly and redeployed to other locations. Achieve from 3 nines to 5 nines of reliability. I have no idea what that means. Partners, Bank of America, American Electric Power, and Generate Capital. Deployed to data centers. I mean, I think this could do well. I think you probably missed a lot of the gains personally, and I think there's better ways to play energy, but I'm not saying this can't do bad. So that's my thoughts. I personally wouldn't buy something like this. It's already had a massive freaking run. It's very high. It's very richly valued. It's barely profitable. It's just basically started becoming profitable. I would maybe consider a utilities ETF personally, but that's my thoughts. Not the worst thing in the world. I've seen worse. All right. Let's see. Oh, what's this? That can't be real. That's got to be a transformer. Oh, man. All right, no comment. All right, let's do some more member-only comments. All right, pee-pee poo-poo. Oh, we got another one. Woof. All right, let me go tinkle, and then we'll cover woof. Give me a minute. I'll be right back once I find the minute-long video. The hell is it? There it is.
Man, fuck Jeremy LaFave. I think it's time we put his channel in the grave. Dude is such a clown. Dude's the biggest meme. Planet 13 got him having wet dreams. The only thing he made his chicken next was his mortgage. He's gonna have to sell his Teslas in his storage. Tesla, man, admit you got lucky. Your morals are yucky. $60 monthly from some sucker in Kentucky, making a few thousand monthly. You think robbing people of their savings is funny? Financial education, more like chronic masturbation. Fuck that noise. Listen to my proclamation. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Buy BT, buy BT. Strong man, that's my wicket, and we buying all day. BT, my BT. Fuck Win Resort. More like Lose Resort. Tattoo chef. Elf on a shelf. Suck a dick. Corsair. Your bitch got coarse hair. Yeah.
Daddy's back. All right. Wolf. Saber wolf tiger. Okay, that's not funny. All right, let's see. I've heard of this company before. I remember it being mentioned on none other than Chris Sane's channel, which makes me insanely bearish. Hold on, I got to send this message. My little cigar buddy. All right. Terra Wolf. What in oblivion is this? All right, year to date, it's up 162%. It's been absolutely... What is this? Are we sharing? What is this? See, you see the U chart? I don't know. There's something about the U chart I don't like. Together with its subsidiaries, operates as a digital asset company. The company develops and owns and operates Bitcoin mining facilities. It is involved in the provision of miner hosting services. No. Hold on a minute. The power of infrastructure. You want to mine Bitcoin, bro? It's a leader in digital asset mining and high-performance computing, delivering next-generation data center. Wow. Okay, so it's all about freaking Bitcoin mining. This thing will collapse. This thing will collapse in a bear market. It will be brutal what will happen to this thing. About us. Let's look at the management. Paul Prager. Look at this woman. Her eyes are very close together. That's why I'm bearish. Her eyes are close together. I bet she wasn't bad when she was younger. Her eyes are off center. Okay, this is the management. That's my expert analysis of the management. I don't like this guy's eyes either. It's very soy. He's got a very soy face. Bearish. All right, it's got a market cap of $6 billion off revenue of $167 million with trailing net income of negative $564 million. No forward PE, not even projected to be profitable. Okay, so revenues are going absolutely ballistic. Why? Because Bitcoin's all the rage, bro. You Bitcoin mine and you get rewarded with Bitcoin. Wow. They've got to be suffering, dude, because if they're powered by electricity, that's got to be, obviously they are. That has to be hurting their profits because the freaking electricity rates are going up. And if they're buying chips, they're probably paying a fortune for those too to help run all these transactions. I bet their margins are probably in the gutter. All right, so revenue's going ballistic. That's not shocking. Bitcoin clown market. They are potentially approaching profitability if everybody's still into Bitcoin. However, from an operating standpoint. However, their interest expense is pretty nasty. So their most recent operating income was negative $6 million. Their interest expense was negative $9 million. So even if they have positive operating income, they have to make $10 million of operating income just to reward the shareholders. I mean, they have some interest in investment income, so okay. What is this non-operate? Oh, do they have like a charge off? Okay, maybe this isn't an accurate representation of their overall profitability. So let's look at Q2 2025. Operating income of negative 10 million and interest expense of negative 4 with some investment income of 1 million. So just netted out 3 million of interest expense on negative 10 million. And their interest expense has gone up like pretty precipitously. So they're not profitable and they're paying their interest expenses more than their operating loss. What was this charge? They took a huge, they're issuing shares like freaking crazy. Let's look at their cash flow. Yep, just burning cash. Last couple quarters, just incinerating cash. Oh my God, they are plowing money into these servers. Holy crap. They're going freaking ballistic. Yeah, this could be like, if they're plowing all this money into Bitcoin mining, because they're really ramping up capital expenditures. If Bitcoin collapses and people like don't want to get involved in this company's cooked. Absolutely cooked. They just issued $1 billion of debt so they could buy all this infrastructure, it looks like. Okay. So their interest expense is going to be pretty nasty for a while. Price to sales of 32 on a company that doesn't even make money. So negative cash flow, insanely high valuation, just packed on a ton of debt. It's involved in Bitcoin mining. This is insanely speculative. Insanely speculative. Are there no better Bitcoin miners out there that at least like have a profit and didn't just pack on $1 billion of debt? Oh my Lord. I mean, basically, look at this chart. Look at this chart. Utterly collapsed. If we get another quasi recession or something bad happens in the economy and stocks sell off, this thing's going to get exterminated. Just like last time. Let's look at year to date. Yeah, it dropped from $16 to $11 in the course of like a couple months. Because of freaking Bitcoin going down. So this thing's probably highly correlated to Bitcoin, and it doesn't make money. I don't like this company, being perfectly honest. I mean, are they doing something else besides Bitcoin mining? Wolf Compute. I mean, are they getting into like data centers too, or is it just Bitcoin mining? I mean, that'd be a good transition, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I mean, you can see they're expanding. Obviously, they're plowing a bunch of money into capital expenditure. No, I don't like this company. This is going to be highly volatile. Doesn't make money. Massive amount of debt. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. We got a super chat from Andrew, the man himself. Opt2, I promise you will love their balance. Okay, we're going straight to the balance sheet then. You know what? I'm going to actually pull up their financials, like their actual investor relations, so we can get a detailed balance sheet. Hold on. Give me a second. I know. Short attention spans. Can't wait 5 seconds. Millennial stare. Brains fried. You're taking too long. I'm getting bored. Shut up. Okay. One of the largest broadband communications providers in the United States, delivering high-speed internet to 4.4 million people in 21 states. All right, let me pull up the filings, and then we will go ahead and share our screen. Oh, God, this hurts my head. Where the hell's the balance sheet? Okay, I'm looking at their earnings release. All I see is an income statement and a statement of cash flows. Where's the balance sheet? Do I have to pull up the 10Q? God. All right. Hold on a second. Is this it? Why does it have a different name? Altice. Is it Altice? Wonder why they aren't showing the... Dude, I'm like, where's the balance sheet? Okay, let me make sure this is a correct company. Altice is Optum. Yes, Altice is now Optimum Communicate. Okay, they changed their name. Let's just change our name, bro. My name is Billy Bob. I'm just gonna change my name randomly. All right, let's check out the balance sheet. So here's Altice Incorporated and subsidiaries as of September 30th, 2025. So I know it's small, sue me. Let me make sure we're sharing. Okay. So it's got 1.5 billion of liquidity, mostly cash and accounts receivable. Current liabilities, 1.9 million, 1.9, almost 2 billion. Accounts payable, interest payable. Deferred revenue, it's gone up. That's good. They got some short-term debt coming due within a year. Let's look at their long-term assets. So the vast majority of more than half of their long-term assets are franchise rights and goodwill, so intangible assets, and then obviously amortizable intangibles. And then, holy smokus! Long-term debt, net of current maturities, $26 billion. Whoo! Now, 26 billion in and of itself is not a big deal. Because, like, what if you had like 100 billion of long-term assets, right? Then it's okay, maybe it's not a big deal. Or if you had like 100 billion of property, plant, and equipment, and that generated a bunch of profit for your company. Okay, then the debt's not a big deal. $26 billion of debt? That's a lot of debt. Let's go look at their interest expense. Okay, so I think that's what you're referring to. That's a lot of debt. Let's look at their income statement. Hold on a minute. How much are they paying in interest expense? Oh, this is ugly. So last year, they had $444 million of operating income, and they spent $448 million in interest expense. In the most recent quarter, they had negative $1.1 billion of operating income and $459 million of interest expense. They are getting cooked by interest. This debt will be the death of this company. This is bad. Do they even have positive operating cash flow? Oh, my Lord. This is brutal. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, they have positive operating cash flow in the last 9 months, but basically all of it's gone to capital expenditures and more. They are cooked for debt, man. Yeah. Let me guess. Is the stock gone up in a vertical line? Was it Optum? It's a penny stock. What is this? I wonder why it's a penny stock. I wonder why it's dropped 94% in the last 5 years. I wonder what the problem could be. Let's look at, do they have debt to equity ratio on here? A negative debt to equity ratio. Well, we know the debt's positive, so the equity must be negative. What does negative equity mean? That means you have more debt than assets. Let's see. Yeah, negative 2.2 billion of shareholder equity. This company's done, son. This company is they're gonna have to go bankrupt. Oh, but they got a lot of cash, bro. Yeah, they probably packed on a bunch of debt. What did they buy? They must have had like a bad acquisition. Like, why do they have all this debt? Like, what do they use it for? Okay, they had all these long-term investments and they freaking vanished. I wonder if they had like impairments. Let's see. Asset write-down. Huge asset write-downs. 1.6 billion of an asset write-down. They're done, son. They're cooked. Yep. I can see why you're not quite the fan of this company. That's a piece of garbage. God, that's a lot of debt, dude. Why do they have all this debt? Let me see. Why aren't they showing the balance sheet? Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, they're the same company. I think it was a merger acquisition. Their debt is currently trading at a 26% yield. That's 26% returns, bro. It can't possibly be because it's high risk. 26% yield. They have declining revenues. I sold all my Dave to buy this beautiful company. They are trying to build out a fiber net. Well, I don't think that's going too well. It's very expensive. They're done. They're cooked. Are you shorting it, Andrew? Why is it a penny stock? I have no idea. All right. That was an interesting one. All right. Any more? We have 10 minutes. Last ones, and I'm done. And then I'm going to have a cigar and a couple beers. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to lay in bed, play a video game, watch YouTube, and then I'm going to fall asleep, wake up, and have a nice, relaxed day tomorrow. I'm not currently short. That's good. Full disclosure, though, I'm looking at it as a potential short. Some codes are just nasty. I am short TWNP. TWNP. Twin Hospitality Group. Oh, it's a penny stock, down 10% today. That's cute. You're a brave man. I'm horrible. I would never short. I would get obliterated. Is there any benefits of inhaling and consuming poison? Yes, it makes me feel good, Gil. It's more about the social aspect. You know, you go, you meet your friends, you have a nice cigar, you talk. Then you go to the bar, you have a beer or two, you keep it to moderate amounts, you socialize. Maybe you see some cheeks, you look at them. That's it. That's why I do it, okay? If you want to look at a fun 8K, look at their last one. Which, oh, we got a gifted membership. Who's the lucky man? Thank you, Major General Tao. You are a true American hero. You are a true hero of the strongman community. Who's the lucky member? Let's go look. Let's go see who the lucky member is. Oh, Daddy. Hello. It's always so slow. I pay like $70 a month for this internet. It's freaking slow. Sam Folia. Sam Folia, you are a new member. Congratulations. Post a comment, bro. Welcome to the membership. Just curious why clowns will poison themselves to relax. I mean, you don't have to consume booze or anything to relax. Like, obviously, you can relax without that. It's more of a social thing. Like, I don't smoke cigars by myself. I don't want to just sit outside for an hour and just... It's more of a social thing. Cigars are nice. Yes, they are. I agree. Thank you for the gifted membership and welcome, buddy boy. Sam Folia. Never seen that person comment before. You do realize there's other ways to socialize. Really? That doesn't involve poisoning yourself? Oh, tell me more. I'm here to troll you all, but mostly Gil. Good. Major, you're a clown. You could be making money if you listened. I shouted to buy Bitcoin and Duolingo at the bottom. Well, Gil, you want me to look at Duolingo? Might cost you some money, but I'll do it. I've decided to sell all my VT and follow those Gil's membership. I mean, like, VT's boring. It's only up 20% total returns today. That's boring. I want vertical lines. I want my vertical line. Yeah. I don't want to slowly accumulate all the means of production and all the publicly traded companies at market cap weights and eventually have so much of them that I live off all the profits of those companies. Boring. Follow my membership and go all in on. Just kidding. It's a clown co. Don't. Yeah, Major General Tao, you missed a great company that Andrew super chatted for. Blew my mind. I was almost convinced to buy it until he said he was joking. I was blown away by their balance sheet. Okay. Well, we got a few more minutes, and I'm closing this out. I did cover my cigar and booze for the night, so I guess that's a victory. I'm gonna have to really cut back next year. I can't really booze as much. You know, I can't really smoke as many cigars. Definitely can't date as much. Can't eat out as much. I'm going to have to just sit my beautiful, handsome self here and just pump out content and do people's taxes. That is the plan. I got a lot of stuff to get ready for. So this tax season, I'm going to be advertising more heavily, okay? Not just on YouTube, but in my local community and on Google search. I'm actually going to ask all my tax clients, I will be sending out an email shortly, to leave me a review on Google and on Yelp. And there will be an incentive if you do that. I may do a little dance for you. I may give you a little special surprise if you leave me a 5-star review on Yelp and on Google. So I'm going to be paying Meta. I'm going to advertise on Meta, Facebook. Not Instagram. I can't freaking stand Instagram. We're going to advertise maybe a little bit on Google. I'm going to shill it on my channel constantly. I'm going to reach out to a bunch of different CPAs. Be like, hey, you got any clients you want to give to me? And surprisingly, they will do that. They will do that. Sometimes they're overwhelmed. And hopefully I can generate $36,000 of profit, and then I'm a free man for the rest of the year. That's all I got to do. Hey, Chris, on a real note, hope you have a good... I will. Hope you do too. Yep, I'll be taking my kids up to mommy and daddy's house, and we'll have a good time. I'm sure at least one viewer or member of Capital Mindset has invested in House Hack. Woo! Thank you, Mohammed Anderson. Now, I don't know if we'll have time to cover any topics, but you can drop 2 tickers, and I will cover them. Actually, I'll probably do it tomorrow. Appreciate it, but yeah, if you want me to cover 2 things, just let me know. It could be any topic. It doesn't have to be stonks or whatever, but I could do this tomorrow and cover 2 things. But I appreciate the super sticker. That would be good. Okay. I got Cubans for you. Oh, you do? You got a Cuban cigar? That's illegal. You can't have one of those. It's against the law. Don't we have an embargo against Cuba? Let me go check. Thank you for the Cubans, bro. And I appreciate the kind donation, Mohammed. Did you make a bunch of money on Roblox? Is that why you're throwing money around like a madman? Roblox is up 1.82% today. It beat VT. It's up 8% in the past 6 months. It's up 57% year to date. We got Mr. Baller here. Awesome, Mohammed. Could you imagine if I had 100,000 subscribers? God. Woo! Mommy! Who needs taxes anymore? I can just graft. Review. I think, well, I did it earlier for him. But, whatever. You let me know, or you just email me. Emails in the pinned comments. I'll cover whatever. Mohammed, great man, even if he doesn't ask. Thanks, Mohammed. You're allowing Strongman to survive another day. Yeah, all I need is $20 a day, bro. You know what I actually need? Here's what I need, okay? I need $98 a day of profit to pay all of my bills. 90, not revenue, profit. And hopefully tax season covers all of it. We'll see. But if not, I'm going to have to grift harder on YouTube. I'm going to have to beg, get on my knees and beg, please give me money, daddy. Well, how am I keeping the strongman cult alive? Yeah, I couldn't do this if you didn't super chat me, guys. I freaking hate when people say that. Oh, I couldn't make videos if you didn't super chat me, bro. Like, yeah, you're still going to make videos. Shut your mouth. You don't get 100K subs unless you listen to my advice. Well, we didn't talk about that, Alan. We talked about other things, okay? I thought you were going to shower me with good tips, bro. If you listen to Alan Carlson's advice, you actually would have 100K subs. I mean, I'm too niche. Like, I talk about VT, and I make fun of people. Like, nobody likes VT, and usually when you make fun of somebody, they think you're a hater. So I have a combination of 2 things that people don't necessarily like. I like it, but it doesn't appeal to a broad audience. If I was more like, oh, yes, this stock at 1000X, and here's my DCF, I'm sure I could get more subscribers. I would not be surprised. Or if I was more professional. Oh, yeah. The great thing about Roblox is the addictive customer retention model. Yeah, I hear kids are obsessed with it. I mean, I'm probably not going to let my kids do it. How happy would you be only making 36K, though? What's the quality? Oh, I'd have the same quality of life. I don't spend a lot of money, dude. I don't spend a lot of money. I'm happy sleeping in, having coffee, exercising, hanging out with the kids, seeing my friends every once in a while. That's all I need. I don't need, like, a lot of crap. So, I mean, obviously, I want more than 36K. I mean, that's not my... I'm not going to stop at 36K. But I would ideally like to replace my full-time job with tax. And then YouTube's not a nice little supplement on top of that. I mean, if I was making 6 figures off of tax and YouTube, I'm balling. For me, that's a lot of money. I don't need that much money. I wasn't paying you to give you advice. Well, you said, well, that's what you said you were going to talk about. You said you were going to talk about, like, giving me advice and stuff. But that's not what we talked about. We rubbed peepees on each other's computer screens. That's what we did. Why would I do that? I pay you. You do what I want. That's true. You owned me for 30 minutes, Alan. You had me. Alan Carlson, did you do a video call with Strongman? We did a I mean, it was like over video software, but we just talked. You can't fool Kid Freshie. I mean, dude, his voice, I had a suspicion this is Kid Freshie, okay? He sounded a lot like Kid Freshie. Very similar. I mean, it was like, wow, this might be him. I might be talking to the legend. Wow. We only did a voice call. Are you Kid Freshy? The problem is that to push stocks, you have to repeatedly lie for a long time. It's actually hard. Yeah, it's just kind of icky. I mean, I could do it. You know, I could have like a little play account and I could be like, oh, sign up for my Patreon. You can see what stocks I'm buying. But I don't know. It seems kind of gross to me. I'm Alan. I never said I was going to pay you to coach you. Well, you should. You should pay me to coach me. That'd be really nice, bro. No, he did sound like Kid Freshy. I was like, wow. Suspicious. Alan Carlson is probably Kid Freshy. Well, now Kid Freshy's unblocked, so Mr. Carlson might die off. I think it is Kid Fresh. It sounded like him. It did sound like him. Okay, I think that's it, boys. So let's go through everything. Am I dating somebody? Seriously? Seriously? No. We covered Subsea. That was interesting. Couldn't really determine their market share, though. BE, me personally, I'd rather do like a utilities ETF, personally. Wolf, complete clown stock. Bitcoin data, Bitcoin mining, processing the blockchain, bro. No, thank you. Op2, disgusting, revolting, indebted piece of garbage. Free membership for somebody, a very lucky man. Major General Tao throwing in $2. And Muhammad with the generous $20 super sticker. Thank you very much. Anyone here in Anaheim? I got an extra NHL ticket tonight. That's California, right? All right, like, subscribe. Consider joining as a member to support the channel. Also consider booking a free 30-minute tax consultation. I am a certified public accountant and would gladly do your business and or personal taxes any state in the United States. You can talk to me for free. I give you upfront fixed quotes, and I'll prepare your taxes like a boss. Cheers.